It's time for What's Burnin' with Kevin KB Burns, presented by Bill Lacasse and SRG Financial Advisors. But first, please join us as we honor our great nation with the playing of our national anthem. And now your host, Kevin KB Burns.
Hey, welcome in to another exciting edition of What's Burnin' right here on Lake TV. I want to thank all of our great sponsors, including our title sponsor. It is official, Bill Lacasse and SRG Financial Advisors, our title sponsor of this program. As a matter of fact, we'll be talking to Bill a little bit later on, and I'll tell you here in just a second what we'll be talking about. I want to say thanks to Ozarks Barge and Dock, our veterinary at the lake, and the good folks at Budget Blinds, all making it possible. And thanks to you for joining us as well right here on What's Burnin'. Told you, of course, Bill Lacasse is going to be on the program. Bill and I will be talking about inflation. The numbers are out, and the numbers are actually higher than originally anticipated. So we'll take some time to break it down as far as how it affects the Lake of the Ozarks and the local economy. Chris Stevens and I will take a tour of the butcher shop. Man, we had such a great time over there. And if you live in Camdenton, you can normally find wherever the butcher shop is located, right off of East Highway 54 there. Whichever way the smoke is blowing from the smoker, you'll zero right in. Also, Professor Jim Paisley will join us. He and I will be discussing the history of education, and we'll also talk it over with Shana Abishan out there at the Share the Harvest Food Pantry. We had some opportunities to look around, see what was going on. We'll explain exactly what you can do to help those folks out when we have our conversation with Shana Abishan. And we'll wrap up the program today with KB's Furry Friends. Had a chance to head out to Ozarks Cat and Canine in Sunrise Beach to meet Primrose. Primrose, a very interesting puppy dog that would love to have a home, and maybe you can help her out. We'll do all of that. And of course, by the way, the good folks at our veterinary at the lake, they help bring us that feature, KB's Furry Friends. We'll take care of all of that and more. It's What's Burnin' right here on Lake TV.
Looking for blinds, shades, shutters, drapes, or bedroom makeovers? On a budget? You need Budget Blinds in Laurie. Bring your ideas to us, or let our design consultants help you create the perfect look for your home. Because Budget Blinds is nationwide, our collective buying power enables us to search many major brands to bring you the blinds, shades, shutters, and drapes you want for less. Budget Blinds. Call us for a free consultation. Budget Blinds, the best in custom blinds and window coverings.
You want a dock that will withstand the wake from a million boats? Want a dock that's different from the usual dock? Then you want Ozarks Barge and Dock in Gravois Mills. Ozarks Barge and Dock, now celebrating 33 years of building the best dock on Lake of the Ozarks. And we guarantee every dock we build. So when it comes time to build your custom dock, trust the best and go with Ozarks Barge and Dock, building the best dock at the lake for the last 33 years.
It's summertime at the Lake of the Ozarks, and you need a local healthcare facility that can handle every aspect of your lake life. COMC is the medical provider for everyone, with OBGYN, pediatric care, behavior and mental health, dental, and more. Central Ozarks Medical Center is the healthcare team you're looking for. COMC offers full-service healthcare from every age, and with 3 convenient locations and our mobile medical and dental clinics, COMC gives you the peace of mind you need to enjoy your summertime at the lake. At COMC, your health is our mission.
A move to your dream home should be exciting, not a hassle. That's why you go with the experts at Sunrise Movers, where we do the hard work for you. There's nothing like summer at Lake of the Ozarks, and Hy-Vee and Osage Beach is your one-stop shop for your day on the boat and fun in the sun. We feature the lake's largest wine and spirits department, along with our lake-famous beer cave. And you'll want to check out our brand new Summer Fun Center with all your apparel, toys, coolers, inflatables, towables, and so much more. Hy-Vee and Osage Beach, voted the #1 grocery store in Missouri and your one-stop shop for an unforgettable day in the sun all summer long.
It's our most protective wash yet. Introducing the Quick Car Ceramic Wash. It's an industrial-grade polymer solution with ceramic nanotechnology, resulting in high-end, advanced scientific protection of your vehicle's finish. The Quick Car Ceramic Wash. Try it on its own or with the monthly Unlimited Wash Club today. Quick Car. Quick, easy, and professional every time. In Jefferson City and Osage Beach.
Join Lake TV for a cup of coffee with Will and Chris, the Lake area's only local TV talk show focused on the Lake area. Local stories, local sports, and local events. Have a cup of coffee with Will and Chris weekdays at 8, 1, and 8 on Lake TV.
Welcome right back here to What's Burnin' on Lake TV. It is presented by Bill DeCass and SRG Financial Advisors. And who in the world happens to be here? Mr. Bill DeCass from SRG, from SRG Financial Advisors. And first and foremost, Bill, I want to say thank you very much for being the title sponsor of this program.
My pleasure.
It means a lot to all of us here at Lake TV.
You know, you mean a lot to me.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Maybe you could convince my mom to...
I don't think I'd have to convince your mom.
We won't get into that right now. But what we wanted to get into today, and something that I had previewed in the opening of the show, is inflation. And you and I have talked about inflation before.
Yes.
But this is kind of a little different approach because what was expected as opposed to what actually happened.
Right.
We've got two different things going on here.
And it is kind of the crux of everything financial right now. You cannot have a financial discussion without the word inflation creeping into that, and rightly so. I mean, you know, the numbers just came out on Tuesday of this week, and they were at a record high. And what I mean is a record high. The last time that we'd had a monthly increase like that was August of 2008, and that was just before the worst of the financial crisis hit in 2008. Now, that's not to say that what's happening right now is mirroring what was happening in 2008, but there are a lot of similarities. You know, it's like some things change, but some things stay the same. Well, you know, there's enough of it the same that it has a whole lot of people just a little bit nervous about, you know, what's going to happen and where does it go from here?
Well, we know definitely how it impacted the Lake of the Ozarks. And in some areas, some aspects of this, it wasn't so bad, but in a lot of other areas and aspects it was, because of course this being a tourist destination, we know that the trickle-down effect will eventually affect us. Now, of course, with what happened last year, things were positive. You know, we got a lot of folks coming down to the lake. We had a lot of people buying real estate, and they're still doing it. So there's a lot of positive things that are still going on. But obviously, we want to look at some of the factors, some of the reasons why this is happening. And, you know, you mentioned some similarities.
You're right.
Do we have good reason to be nervous at this point?
Well, you know, it's like this. The real bottom line here is that inflation affects every one of us. Doesn't matter what walk of life we're in. If you're a consumer, if you're a business owner, it doesn't matter. You know, workers, you know, we're seeing higher wages for workers right now in the area. But if you look at the numbers, you find out that the real wage, by the time you take off the inflation, workers are still going backwards in regards to their spending power, even with the increased wages at this point. So, you know, that ends up being a problem. One of the big things that we're really watching, you know, almost every economist is paying a whole lot of attention to, is housing costs. You know, there's a lot of things like the numbers for like food. We all know food's more expensive than it was a year ago. I mean, it's up 2.4% for the year. Energy, then, you know, we're talking about like your electricity, fuel oil, propane, those types of things. It's up about 1.5%. But gasoline, It was up 2.5% last month, and it is up 45.1% for the year. Now, that affects everything, because food is all brought here with fuel. It doesn't matter. Tourists come here with fuel. We run the boats on the lake with fuel. So when we start seeing those prices get higher, it starts becoming a pressure. Now, once again, those are things that can change rapidly. We're starting to see some things like lumber, for example. Lumber was just skyrocketing there for a little while. It's down about 40% just in the last month. So those are things that are encouraging. But when you start looking at housing costs, we see the cost of housing going up. We also see the cost of rent going up in a lot of places. We have a housing shortage. There is not enough houses for sale for the volume of people that are wanting to buy in this area. And that is kind of a nationwide phenomenon right now. I mean, we went from a surplus of houses to all of a sudden we now have a deficit. And the big home builders, people like Toll Brothers, people like that build millions of homes, they say they have a backlog for the next 2 or 3 years if they're going to be building. Now, the problem there is that as we're seeing those prices creep up, we do not want those prices to come backwards. And the reason why I say that is that almost always, whenever you see real estate going up, if it starts to go the other direction, start to come down, we are in the throes of a recession at that point. Right. And that's the real big fear right now, is that does the Federal Reserve suddenly jump in and put on the brakes with everything that they're doing to try to keep this inflation from getting out of hand? Or are they brave enough to watch this for a little while and see where this inflation goes? Does it back off a little bit when the supply chains start to loosen up just a little bit and we start seeing more things available for sale? But even crazy things, like if you're a worker here in the area, one of the things about working at the Lake of the Ozarks is you're going to have to drive to get wherever it is you need to go. Right. Crazy things like automobiles. Automobiles are up over 45, used automobiles are up over 45% from what they were last year. So, if you're looking at just your basic transportation that was $10,000 last year, suddenly it's $14,000, almost $15,000 this year.
Well, I guess the thing with the time we have left we need to discuss is what should people be doing at this particular point? It almost sounds to me like it would be a good time to conserve, be very smart about the purchases that you make. What kind of advice would you give folks?
Well,
Bill?
Number one thing for everybody, if you have a financial plan, it is a great time to review that financial plan. You need to look at it and see, make sure that you're on track and that you have considered inflation and what that might do. If you do not have a financial plan, now is the time where you need to sit down and how can you plan for, inevitably things are going to go up, but we've got to be prepared just in case they go up faster than what we're looking at. So planning is going to be the key, no question. Planning
is going to be all about it. You mentioned gas prices as well. And, gas prices for us around this time of year, we watch them fluctuate.
Right.
Around the busier times of the year, you're Memorial Day, 4th of July, Labor Day, we see them go up, but they go back down. Mm-hmm. We're not seeing them decrease quite as much, which I guess means good things for the oil industry, because maybe that's meaning that they're pumping more oil, making more gas, and it's just something that we all have to be very smart about and very well prepared about. And if folks would like a little financial advice, obviously, you could probably help them out in that field.
Absolutely. We'd love to talk with them. 573-302-7212. Give us a call. Happy to sit down and have a conversation with you one-on-one. Yeah. Make that phone call. We can do a Zoom meeting. Whatever is the most appropriate thing, more than happy to have that conversation.
Right. You've got your website as well.
Absolutely. www.srgfinancialadvisors.com. Lots of good info on there.
If you've got people that are out there that are watching today that are a little bit nervous, how do you want to talk them down off the ledge just a little bit?
Well, once again, if you've heard me say this many times, KB, you very rarely get better than what you plan for.
Sure.
And so I always rely on planning, looking at saying, okay, let's look at what might happen. Let's prepare for the worst of what might happen. And then if we get better than what has happened, then suddenly that is just gravy on top.
Very good, sir. Bill Cass, thanks again.
Thank you, KB.
You are our title sponsor of this particular show. It is What's Burnin', right here on Lake TV. And of course, we'll check in with Bill on a monthly basis and keep you updated on what's happening in the financial world.
Enjoying What's Burning with KB right here on Lake TV? Have questions, comments, or suggestions? Have an interesting story for KB to tell? Or maybe you want to be interviewed by KB on the show or are interested in sponsoring? All you have to do is reach out to KB at kb@mylaketv.com.
Hey everyone, Daryl Cunningham with Slumberland Furniture at the Lake. You're going to want to stop by and check out our new Sleep Solutions Gallery. Over the next month, we're going to be making some incredible changes. To celebrate, we brought in lots of mattresses that can go today or be delivered in just a couple of days. So over the coming weeks, come check out all the changes of our Sleep Solution Gallery at Slumberland Furniture at the Lake, where we're bringing happy home.
Looking for blinds, shades, shutters, drapes, or bedroom makeovers? On a budget? You need Budget Blinds in Laurie. Bring your ideas to us, or let our design consultants help you create the perfect look for your home. Because Budget Blinds is nationwide, our collective buying power enables us to search many major brands to bring you the blinds, shades, shutters, and drapes you want for less. Budget Blinds. Call us for a free consultation. Budget Blinds, the best in custom blinds and window coverings.
Hey Jess!
Yeah, Nicole, what do you need?
Did you see that new listing in Sunrise Beach?
Yeah, it was just listed 2 minutes ago.
It has 150 feet of lakefront. And a brand new kitchen.
I'm headed out there after I type this email.
I'm on the phone with my clients. Hey, where are you going?
I already put an offer in, cash above list, and it's looking good.
Are you kidding me?
You want a dock that will withstand the wake from a million boats? Want a dock that's different from the usual dock? Then you want Ozark Barge and Dock in Gravois Mills. Ozark Barge and Dock, now celebrating 33 years of building the best dock on Lake of the Ozarks. And we guarantee every dock we build. So when it comes time to build your custom dock, trust the best and go with Ozark Barge and Dock, building the best dock at the lake for the last 33 years.
Want to get to know local leaders a lot better? Join Lake TV for a new community spotlight show weekdays at 9, 3, and 7. We talk with local leaders to get their story and learn more about their organizations. It's the Community Spotlight Show on Lake TV.
Welcome back to What's Burning right here on Lake TV. And I had a chance to go spend some time at one of my favorite places in Camdenton, one of my favorite places at the lake, and that is the Butcher Shop. We got to hang out with Chris Stevens, talk to the staff, see all the wonderful things that they do, making people happy with any number of, smoked meats. They've got, of course, anything and everything, armadillo eggs, frozen things you can take with you, ribs. They've got it all. So let's jump in with Chris Stevens and the folks at the Butcher Shop here on What's Burning. Well, we're inside the Butcher Shop and getting ready to talk to owner Chris Stevens. And I know Chris has been at this for a long, long time. How many years have you been doing this now?
About 30 years.
About 30 years. Started out where?
At Paul's in Eldon.
Paul's in Eldon. And then you kind of came over here and jumped in with Gordy.
Well, there was actually something there in the middle there. We had Pringer's grocery store,
right,
which was in Eldon at that time.
Right.
But then, then I came here with Gordy.
So what's a normal day like for you here at the Butcher Shop? I mean, you can see he's got quite a tray of, I guess those are flat irons over there.
Flat iron steaks, yep.
And so what is a normal day like around the Butcher Shop?
Right here, these are all the orders going out. If it's, to different bars, restaurants, Mexican restaurants,
right
all
on.
the above.
All right.
We do
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 orders across the table. You can't see them, but I can. And it keeps Chris busy.
Not to mention the bell going off, people wanting stuff out front.
Folks walking in and out. And that's kind of the neat thing about this place. You guys have everything that somebody would need for a nice family dinner.
It is.
A big gathering, get together, holidays, birthdays, whatever. And in addition to folks coming in and buying the items, you actually cater. So you can take care of whatever they want, however they want.
We've catered, as much as 2 people on Valentine's Day dinner.
Right.
Or we did a men's and a women's encounter that we had over 900 people. And so the sky's the limit, as in what you want to do.
It is incredible to watch Chris and the staff here at the butcher shop work. And again, and we might give you a shot before we get out of here. Not just the meat, not just the potatoes, not just the vegetables and all the specialty items. You've got the rubs, you've got the sauces, and you've got everything everybody needs. The one-stop shop, no doubt about it.
Well, we got seafood. We have, last year, I don't know if he's seeing that over there in the back corner, but she's making twice-baked potatoes.
Oh.
We sold 32,000 twice-baked potatoes last year. And that's all hand-cut, hand-scooped out, hand-prepared. That's not squeezed out of a bag, buy it frozen.
Mm-hmm.
That's all baked in that oven over there, potatoes.
And about 50 of those went to my house.
Probably, and everybody else.
Along with the flat irons, which they marinate. They're great. Yep. I highly recommend those flat iron steaks when you come in. You want a nice meal, something easy to grill. Get a couple of twice-baked potatoes, throw them in the oven for a little bit, and you're good to go. Probably about a half hour, 45 minutes once you get the grill up and running, depending on whether or not you use gas or charcoal. But let's talk about some of the other things you got going on. Certainly, we can smell the smoke.
The smoker's going. It's going almost every day. All of our homemade sausage, we probably have 40 different varieties of homemade sausage.
Right.
Everything from a breakfast sausage to a gummy bear bratwurst. Yes, gummy bears were harmed in the making of the bratwurst. We have, all the above. I mean, to summer sausage, to jalapeno cheese summer sausage, to the peppered and crusted jalapeno cheese summer sausage. So we have all kinds of different varieties of sausage.
Lots of sausage, lots of brats, but a lot of specialty meats too. I mean,
we do.
It's not uncommon to see what in the cases out there.
Well, we have ground camel, we have ostrich, we have kangaroo.
Yeah.
And then don't forget your typical chicken, beef, and pork. Frog
Absolutely.
legs, we got it all.
Yeah, and they can cook it up for you, or you can get it and take it home and do it yourself. But one of the neat things, again, about it is the fact that it is a one-stop shop. And maybe, Chris, we can take a moment and walk around a little bit and see what some of the other folks are doing. All right, Chris, we're over here with April, getting ready to show the folks some of the great packaged meats that you have in-house as well. Tell us a little bit about what's going on.
Well, what she's taking care of over here is, again, the flat iron steaks. There's a restaurant, 1932 Reserve. They buy all their flat iron steaks from us. It's on their menu. And so she has to label them, so they know what they have, so the inspector knows what they have. When they open up the cooler, they know what they have. And then she's vacuum sealing them, taking the oxygen out of the package, which preserves it, keeps it from going bad. It allows it to last longer. And then it's just a good package. And so that's what she's doing back here. And then we have, if you look right here, we have one of our sausages, one of the snack sticks that came out of the smokehouse. They're going to be vacuum packing those. And then we got some ribs on the counter over here that we had, and some burnt ends that we cooked up that she's already got packaged up. So yeah, it's just another part of the butcher shop that a lot of people don't see. A lot of people just think that all this meat comes already in a package.
Mm-hmm. And here we are, folks, the world famous butcher shop smokers. One of, actually two of many that they have. You've got two inside, one outdoors. We're going to take a look at that in a minute. Who's this gentleman and what's he doing right now?
This is Christopher. This is my son. He's been working here as long as I can remember.
Right.
Standing on a milk crate just to see over the top of the counter, helping us cut deer. He's laying out our homemade spicy turkey jerky.
Right.
And so that's what he's laying out right now. Try to get in there on the picture of it if you can. And
it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing.
Right here on this smoker, we cook everything from our briskets, our jerky, all of our wings, pulled pork, pulled chicken, you name it, it's all cooked pretty much right here. Now, the sausage is not cooked here. Mm-hmm. Like you said, we also have the walk-in smoker right here.
That's a beauty. Look at that beauty
now,
right there.
This here, it is 8 foot wide, 18 feet long. It holds about 1,200 pounds of meat at one time. Summer sausage, all of our rope sausage, all the sausages are made right in here because they have to hang.
That smoke is a very good thing. I've talked about this plenty of times in the past, Chris, but is there any way you think you could make a cologne for guys with this?
Well, I tell you what, if you work here,
right?
That's cologne enough just there. When I go home, my wife, she goes, "You're in the smokehouse today, weren't you?"
What?
Or you were laying stuff out on the grill. It's
Yeah.
definitely, built into you, that's for sure.
I tell you what, I could go around with that smoke smell on my body for as long as I could possibly get away with it. You can hear how big that chamber is, bit of an echo as we're talking here, but 8 feet wide, 18 feet long.
Yes.
That's where all the sausage and things like
Yes.
that go. You've got the 2 smokers out here.
Yep, we got
for the meats. All of a sudden,
Yep.
that echo just kind of went away, didn't
Yes.
it? For the meats and the briskets and the wings.
Ribs, all that's cooked right there.
And then you've got this bad boy right out here.
Well, if we come on out here to the train, this is kind of an overflow.
Right.
And so what we have up here.
Good Lord.
It's our train, and so come the holidays, if it's Memorial Day, Thanksgiving, Christmas, 4th of July, whatever it may be, if we got to cook extra wings, that thing's loaded with pulled pork, pulled chicken, and briskets almost every day. This one here is just kind of an overflow of whatever we might need. And so that just kind of does the trick.
How many offers do you get to rent this thing out?
We actually do rent it out. For a weekend, I charge somebody $250 to rent it out. If you need me to deliver it,
Here, hold on.
if you need it delivered, I'll deliver it pretty much anywhere for $50.
Right.
Within close distance.
Sure.
It's been down to Fort Leonard Wood on the base. It's been a little bit everywhere. A lot of people. I cooked for my son's wedding. He just got married here a couple of years back, and we had a whole hog and a whole alligator wrapped in bacon on the grill, and so that was kind of fun. You don't get to see a whole alligator every day.
This is obviously very noticeable, and I think whatever direction the wind's blowing, that's where the people come from.
That's it. That's it.
They find the smoker, but of course, that's the same thing with the butcher shop here in Camdenton. Listen, man, I want to thank you very much for having us out here today, taking us for a walk around on the inside rather, and out here with this massive smoker.
Sure.
So folks want to order some food, order some specialty items. They want you to cater a particular event. What do they need to do to get a hold of you?
A lot of people don't realize we're doing lunches. If you look around, we got a couple of tables sitting out here, a couple of tables that you can, come in, sit down, you can take it back to your office, whatever. But, so if you want a bacon cheeseburger, if you want a Philly cheese, or just a head cheese sandwich, it doesn't matter to me.
Good old head cheese.
You tell me what you want,
Right.
We got it. If you want us to cook your flat iron steak for dinner, we can do that for you also, or your T-bone ribeye, but it just makes sure you give us enough time.
Yeah.
But give us a call at 573-346-6665.
Chris, what a pleasure, man.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
I really appreciate it.
You betcha. Folks, we're going to take a quick break. Coming back with more of What's Burnin' with me, KB, doing things all over the Lake of the Ozarks on Lake TV.
There's nothing like summer at Lake of the Ozarks, and Hy-Vee and Osage Beach is your one-stop shop for your day on the boat and fun in the sun. We feature the lake's largest wine and spirits department, along with our lake-famous beer cave. And you'll want to check out our brand new Summer Fun Center with all your apparel, toys, coolers, inflatables, towables, and so much more. Hy-Vee and Osage Beach, voted the #1 grocery store in Missouri and your one-stop shop for an unforgettable day in the sun all summer long.
The Lake of the Ozarks Shootout on August 20th through the 29th is at Captain Ron's. The largest non-sanctioned boat race in the Midwest takes over Lake of the Ozarks for the 33rd year. Who will win this year's coveted Top Gun? Watch while more than 100 boats compete for best in class. The event raised over $400,000 for local charities last year. Be there in person to watch as boats hit speeds over 200 miles per hour. Celebrate the 33rd annual Lake of the Ozarks Shootout, presented by Performance Boat Centers at Captain Ron's Bar and Grill.
Looking for blinds, shades, shutters, drapes, or bedroom makeovers? On a budget? You need Budget Blinds in Laurie. Bring your ideas to us, or let our design consultants help you create the perfect look for your home. Because Budget Blinds is nationwide, our collective buying power enables us to search many major brands to bring you the blinds, shades, shutters, and drapes you want for less. Budget Blinds. Call us for a free consultation. Budget Blinds, the best in custom blinds and window coverings.
If it's happening at the lake, it's happening on Lake TV. From the polar plunge to festivals, parades, Aquapalooza, and boat shows, Lake TV has it all. even the granddaddy of them all, the shootouts. If you're looking for places to party, things to do, or even a new home to move into, you've gotta love Lake TV.
You want a dock that will withstand the wake from a million boats? Want a dock that's different from the usual dock? Then you want Ozark Barge and Dock in Gravois Mills. Ozark Barge and Dock, now celebrating 33 years of building the best dock on Lake of the Ozarks. And we guarantee every dock we build. So when it comes time to build your custom dock, trust the best and go with Ozark Barge and Dock, building the best dock at the lake for the last 33 years.
Moving to the lake is a lot of work, but not with Sunrise Movers, where we do the hard work for you. For packing up and delivering to your new home, or simply loading and transferring your belongings, Sunrise Movers is the easy choice for your next move. Sunrise Movers packs your possessions extra carefully, shows up on time, and strives for 5-star customer service every time. Sunrise Movers, the official movers of Lake TV. Give us a call today to get a free estimate. Sunrise Movers, where we do the hard work for you.
Welcome back to What's Burnin' right here on Lake TV, presented by Billicass and SRG Financial Advisors. Thanks to all of our sponsors, the good folks at Budget Blinds, Ozark Barge and Dock, and our veterinary at the lake. With me, as is the case from time to time, our good friend Professor Jim Paisley. We're going to bring Jim on about once a month or so to kind of educate us and keep us up to date on history. We'll take topics that apply today and kind of look back as to how things went back in the day, as they say, with a parallel, a tie-in to history. And today we're going to talk with Jim a little bit about the history of education. How you doing, Jim?
I'm doing great and happy to be here.
Thank you so much. Yeah. Let's talk about education as far as what it was when it first kind of got rolling, or was there really even any record of it? Because when we look back, education wasn't necessarily something that the government or the forefathers really worried a whole lot about. They more or less left that up to mom and dad to teach the kids.
Absolutely, and that's key here. And you know, tying things to today, let me ask some questions of our audience out there. Let me ask you, would you like to send your kids to a school that didn't have all this critical race theory and the 1619 Project? Would you like to send your kids to a school where they taught patriotism? Or, you know, a school that taught about what it means to be a good citizen? And would you like your kids to be able to graduate with critical thinking skills and the ability to express themselves clearly through the written word? These are key things, and guess what? We've been doing this since the 1600s. The first settlers that came here had a way to do it, and I want to share with you how to do just that, because it can be done again.
You know, much like a lot of things, we can almost consider the early days of education to be more or less free market.
Absolutely.
Whatever you did, however you did it, you didn't worry about depending on someone else. You were in charge of your children because more than likely there wasn't a school around. So you had to basically figure out a way to teach the children. At the same time, the children were expected to do chores around the house, you know. Maybe you lived on a farm or whatever you did, the kids were expected to do their part to contribute to the family. And education was something that you tried to work in the process. So again, we go back to free market education, and that is something that maybe we could try and apply today. I don't know if we'd be able to pull it off or not.
It'd be an interesting concept to try and pull it off, but I want you to think about this. Our forefathers, these brilliant minds that came together and made our democracy work, they didn't have that much education. It was what they were taught that made the difference. What would you say if I told you that Ben Franklin only had 4 years of grade school? He went to the Boston Latin School. 4 years of education. Yet, if you're wearing bifocals or trifocals like me, he invented those. Yeah, he invented the Franklin stove. And what was fascinating, all of his great inventions that he came up with, never asked for a patent on them. He could have got a patent, but he didn't. He said, no, I want to benefit society. And so it was important to our forefathers that people had an education. That was key. And when we first sat down to draft our Constitution up, there was a move afoot to say, well, maybe we ought to have a public university. And our forefathers said, no, that's not right. The government shouldn't be involved in this. This is something that's up to the individuals and up to the individual states to educate our children. And what I thought was fascinating is that where people first received their education was at home. They received it from their mom on her knee, and they received it from Dad, who would teach them the skills, whatever he was, if he was a tanner or a farmer or whatever. They learned a lot before they ever got in school. And so most of the kids came to school very literate already. Only 4 out of 1,000 kids in 1860 couldn't read and write. 4 out of 1,000.
Well, and then there was that one book that a lot of families had in their homes at the time that really helped kids learn their ABCs and how to read. That was the Bible.
Absolutely, and understand back then the printed word was hard to come by. Books were expensive, but everybody had a Bible. And they learned how to read with that family Bible. In fact, paper was expensive. So Mom would actually go to the fireplace, pull some ashes out, spread them out, and she would draw the letters in the ashes on the hearth and teach the kids their ABCs. I mean, it is a nice way of having wipe a slate clean, some more ashes, and teach them again. And so Mom was a key element. The family unit was a key element in educating the children. Then when they went to the school, the lessons they had were tremendous. Now, I brought in a couple of books with me today, and these are McGuffey's Readers. And they're both 1855 is both of these books. So they're, we're talking 170 years old. Now, what's fascinating about it is that the lesson plans in these, I would be willing to bet you that most of us probably couldn't pass the tests that are in here. It's fascinating in that what they taught the kids in their reading and writing skills came through these types of books. Now, I'm talking one-room schoolhouse with a bunch of kids there, all different ages, all different backgrounds, and yet here they had this commonality of learning from these books. Now, in particular, there's one story in here that I was looking at, and to give you an example of what they would teach them, there was a story that the kids had to read, and it was about a little boy, and he's going to see his grandmother, and he's traveling through the woods. And as he's traveling along, he finds a little dog that's starving to death. And he reaches in his pocket and takes his sandwich, half of his sandwich, and gives it to the little dog. And the dog's happy and trots on off. Goes a little further and he finds a horse who's dying for water. And he runs down to the creek and uses his hat and brings some water to the horse. And the horse eventually recovers, gets up, fine. A little further, he comes across a crippled man out in the woods. He's a war veteran with no legs. That guy, too, is hurting big time. He doesn't have any food. He gives him the other half of the sandwich. A little further, he comes to another little river crossing, and he hears somebody hollering out for help. It's a blind man who's in the river, can't find his way to shore, and he goes in, wades in, gets him, and leads him to shore. Now, lo and behold, the little boy spent all of his time helping these people, and it gets dark, and he gets lost in the woods, and he's sitting there all worried. He has no food, nothing. And guess what happens? The little dog shows up. And the dog leads him back to the road. When he gets to the road, who's there? The horse. The horse is there. And now he has a horse that he can hop on so he can make it home in time. And he gets on the horse, and as he's heading off, 2 robbers come to steal the horse and to do God only knows what to him. And guess what happens? The crippled man is on the shoulders of the blind man. The crippled man is telling the blind man, there's problems over here, and they came and ran off the robbers. Now, what happens here in the book is each one of the paragraphs is numbered, and there are questions about each paragraph and the words that are in there, and then there's a whole section on the moral of the story. Now, to me, that's education. They're learning their ABCs, they're learning words, they're learning how to write, they're learning how to read, and they're also getting some moral education as well. And that's 170 years ago, folks.
Well, as is the case, very entertaining and very interesting, and an opportunity for us to learn a little bit about the history of education. Jim, before we let you go, tell us a little bit where folks can go to find out more about this particular topic that we're talking about today.
This particular topic here, I've got it on my website. It's truehistoryprofessor.com. It gets into the discussion about what our forefathers intended in the way of education. I think I want to close with a quote from Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln said himself, he said, "The philosophy of the classroom will be the philosophy of the government in the next generation." How does that apply for today?
Jim Paisley, thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, my friend.
Great to see
Looking
you as
forward
always.
to be back.
The great Professor Jim Paisley, and we're going to take a break, come back and talk some more, and get ready to wrap things up as we do on What's Burnin' here on Lake TV.
Hey everyone, Daryl Cunningham with Slumberland Furniture at the Lake. You're going to want to stop by and check out our new Sleep Solutions gallery. Over the next month, we're going to be making some incredible changes. To celebrate, we brought in lots of mattresses that can go today or be delivered in just a couple of days. So over the coming weeks, come check out all the changes of our Sleep Solution gallery at Slumberland Furniture at the Lake, where we're bringing happy home.
It's summertime at the Lake of the Ozarks, and you need a local healthcare facility that can handle every aspect of your lake life. COMC is the medical provider for everyone, with OBGYN, pediatric care, behavior and mental health, dental, and more. Central Ozarks Medical Center is the healthcare team you're looking for. COMC offers full-service healthcare from every age, and with 3 convenient locations and our mobile medical and dental clinics, COMC gives you the peace of mind you need to enjoy your summertime at the lake. At COMC, your health is our mission.
It's our most protective wash yet. Introducing the Quick Car Ceramic Wash. It's an industrial-grade polymer solution with ceramic nanotechnology, resulting in high-end, advanced scientific protection of your vehicle's finish. The Quick Car Ceramic Wash. Try it on its own or with the monthly Unlimited Wash Club today. Quick Car. Quick, easy, and professional every time. In Jefferson City and Osage Beach.
Winter, spring, summer, or fall, Lake TV's got it all. We think it's hot stuff when things cool down. We spring into action when things start warming up. Of course, summer is one big, huge shootout on Lake TV. And we fall in love all over again when autumn rolls around. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, Lake TV's got it all.
Hey, it's What's Burnin' on Lake TV with KB here at Share the Harvest Food Pantry. This is Shayna Abishan. She is the director here at Share the Harvest Food Pantry, and we thought we'd take a little time to get a tour.
Okay.
All
awesome.
right?
Yeah, it sounds
You good with
wonderful. Yeah, I love showing off our beautiful facility. So.
And we're in the thrift shop right now. Before we get into walking around and looking at various things, let's talk a little bit about how long you've been with Share the Harvest.
I've been with Share the Harvest now going on 5 years. It was 5 years, in fact, in June. And I started out as the thrift store manager and moved up into a co-director position and then executive director. So been here for a while. You know, our thrift store side here, we're open to the public and we're open 6 days a week.
Okay.
And we offer housewares and everything that you can see behind us here. We have a sorting system that we go through, make sure everything's clean, organized, workable. We sell a lot of appliances and things. But we do about $130,000 a year in revenue here in the thrift store, which helps support our food pantry. And our food pantry, we see anywhere from 600 to 700 families a month.
Now, in addition to the food pantry and the thrift store, you help folks out in a variety of other ways as well.
Through our generous donors throughout the year, the grants, our civic organizations that help support us, we help people with emergency financial aid.
Wow.
So if they need some help getting some propane, having a high electric bill, need some help with that, fuel for their car to get back and forth to work, we help out with emergency financial assistance. We're also associated with the Salvation Army, so we can assist through Salvation Army funding when that's available.
Well, Shayna, I'll tell you what, you've got this beautiful thrift store. Let's go take a look around.
Let's go take a look around. Let's start right down this aisle right here. So we get a lot of merchandise that's donated, and as you can see, we have china, we have everyday plates, we have lots of glassware, appliances. On all of our appliances, we make sure that it's in working order before we sell it, and we sell it at a rate we think families who might be on a budget can afford. One of the things that was important to me when I came on as the thrift store manager was making sure this was like a boutique or like a department store. So everything is categorized and organized together.
Well, like I said, it's a beautiful facility. Let's walk around and see a little bit more, and then we'll head back to the sorting area.
Okay. We have, things for your bedroom, linens. We have a whole bathroom section here, shower curtains and things that you might need for your bathroom.
You've got things for the holidays as well. And of course, as we get back here, we can see this this huge array of men's and women's and children's clothing, hats, shoes, just about anything and everything you could want.
Yep, and I also want to stress that we get life jackets donated to us. Although we do sell them, if somebody comes up to us and says, hey, I need some life jackets for my kids, I'm a little short on money, we'll give you a life jacket. We don't want any kid on any dock or anybody who's uncomfortable around water not to have a life jacket. So they just say something to us, they walk out of here with a free life jacket.
Very important. Anything else we need to know about the thrift store?
As you can see, there's a wide variety of stuff here. We do a season changeover, so you're only going to find summer clothes out right now. In the fall, we'll do a season changeover and put out winter. So as you can see, our shelves and our racks are pretty full.
Nice selection of clothing, handbags for the ladies, accessories, belts, you name it. Got a nice selection of jewelry up there at the counter and a lot of other things going on. But we're going to take a moment and head on over to the sorting area, and we'll come back and do that after the break. You're watching What's Burnin' on Lake TV with KB.
Everyone knows you can watch Lake TV at the lake, but you can take it with you when you go, too. Watch Lake TV anywhere on Roku or streaming live at mylaketv.com.
Hey, Jess.
Yeah, Nicole, what do you need?
Did you see that new listing in Sunrise Beach?
Yeah, it was just listed 2 minutes ago.
It has 150 feet of lakefront and a brand new kitchen.
I'm headed out there after I type this email.
I'm on the phone with my clients. Hey, where are you going?
I already put an offer in, cash above list, and it's looking good.
Are you kidding me?
Welcome back to What's Burnin' on Lake TV with KB. We're here at the Share the Harvest Food Pantry. Shana Abishan, the director, taking us on a tour here today. We mentioned the sorting room. Well, here it is, and it looks like these folks have got a pretty good amount of work that they have to get taken care of in order to get the items from here out there onto the thrift store floor.
They do. We have our dedicated volunteers that come in. Generally, most of them come in once a week, sometimes twice a week. But they sort through all this, so they will price it, clean it, make sure it works. We've had to restrict the times that we take donations right now because we're short on volunteers. If you know somebody in your area or you yourself would like to come out and help us out, we're short on volunteers, so we could really appreciate somebody coming in and spending a few hours with us and helping us get through all this.
Phone number?
Yep, 573-873-5855.
Very good, very good. Well, we're going to go from here now, the sorting area, into the actual food pantry itself and take a look around.
Okay.
Why don't you follow us? Come along.
Something that didn't mention is we have a secondary warehouse. We store things all year round. So no matter what the season is, if you have something to donate, we have a storage system that works out really well for us. And a lot of thrift stores only take seasonal merchandise at certain times of the year. We're not that thrift store. We'll take it all anytime. This is our warehouse. This is where our food comes in. Comes out the back door and then goes to our pantry, which is out front here. So we get food twice a month from the Central Northeast Food Bank System out of Columbia, Missouri. And then we also pick up food 3 days a week from our food partners, which is Gerb's, Woods, Deerberg's, and Walmart. We storage it here and then it goes out into our food pantry. That's our food pantry down that way. Our food pantry is a shop-through system, so people get to come in and they get to choose the foods that their family will enjoy and eat instead of us giving them a bunch of food that they may not eat.
Well, I tell you what, we had a good opportunity to walk through and see everything that you folks have available here. But again, we want to stress that volunteers are very important to this whole makeup. Everything that you folks do, you do based on a lot of donations from the public and, of course, volunteers that come in here. I believe it's 573-873-5855 if you'd like to volunteer your time at the Share the Harvest Food Pantry. What a great facility. Well, Shana, as always, I appreciate the opportunity. Good to see you again.
Nice seeing you.
Thanks for the great work that you and the folks at the Share the Harvest Food Pantry do. Folks, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll have more of What's Burnin' right here on Lake TV.
Enjoying What's Burning with KB right here on Lake TV? Have questions, comments, or suggestions? Have an interesting story for KB to tell? Or maybe you want to be interviewed by KB on the show or are interested in sponsoring? All you have to do is reach out to KB at kb@mylaketv.com.
A move to your dream home should be exciting, not a hassle. That's why you go with the experts at Sunrise Movers, where we do the hard work for you.
You want a dock that will withstand the wake from a million boats? Want a dock that's different from the usual dock? Then you want Ozark Barge and Dock in Gravois Mills. Ozark Barge and Dock, now celebrating 33 years of building the best dock on Lake of the Ozarks. And we guarantee every dock we build. So when it comes time to build your custom dock, trust the best and go with Ozark Barge and Dock, building the best dock at the lake for the last 33 years.
Looking for blinds, shades, shutters, drapes, or bedroom makeovers? On a budget? You need Budget Blinds in Laurie. Bring your ideas to us, or let our design consultants help you create the perfect look for your home. Because Budget Blinds is nationwide, our collective buying power enables us to search many major brands to bring you the blinds, shades, shutters, and drapes you want for less. Budget Blinds. Call us for a free consultation. Budget Blinds, the best in custom blinds and window coverings.
There's nothing like summer at Lake of the Ozarks, and Hy-Vee and Osage Beach is your one-stop shop for your day on the boat and fun in the sun. We feature the lake's largest wine and spirits department, along with our lake-famous beer cave. And you'll want to check out our brand new Summer Fun Center with all your apparel, toys, coolers, inflatables, towables, and so much more. Hy-Vee and Osage Beach, voted the #1 grocery store in Missouri and your one-stop shop for an unforgettable day in the sun all summer long.
Hey, we're right back here at Ozarks Cat and Canine in Sunrise Beach for another edition of KB's Furry Friends, presented by the good folks at our veterinary at the lake. We've shown you a couple of their furry felines. Today we are going to spotlight one of those good-looking canines, and that would be none other than beautiful Primrose, who we've had some time to check out here in the play yard, which, by the way, was donated by a bunch of caring folks around the Lake of the Ozarks area. Mary Meow Me Tilly is back with us again. Let's talk a little bit about Primrose.
Okay, well, Primrose is a pit mix. She is about 1 year old. She actually came in with her mama, Katniss, who is also still here and available. Katniss is about 2. Primrose is a very high energy dog. She is going to require somebody who is an experienced dog handler and knows about the breed and you know, how to take good care of them, make sure that they don't get themselves in trouble. Primrose absolutely loves water. She's got her pool over here to play in, and she's just as happy as can be when she gets to be swimming. And
well, we're having a good day here. It's a beautiful sunny day. And so I guess as far as this play area that you have here, do you try to get the dogs out at least once a day, or how does that work? Or is this more for people when they come to interact, possibly to adopt an animal?
a little of both. So this is the smaller of our 2 play yards, and then we have a larger play yard up on the hill. It's about 4 times this size. Our dream is one day to be able to redo that one the same way we did down here with the AstroTurf and the drainage system and all that. So that's one of our fundraising goals in the future. But this is a great place to bring people out that are potential adopters so they can spend some time with the dogs and do meet and greets.
Yeah.
And then also a lot of our smaller dogs, and we'll do one-on-one and, you know, maybe 1 or 2 out here to play together during the day.
Well, Primrose, I will tell you, we're not quite sure about her past, where she's been, but as you mentioned, she probably needs someone who can focus on her 100% and give her all the attention and love. We're not quite sure, as you mentioned, Mary, whether or not she's interacted with other dogs or how she will interact with other dogs. So if you have a dog, you might want to reconsider, but if you don't and you're looking for one of our furry friends, come by Ozarks Cat and Canine and take a look at Primrose. I'm sure she'd love to come home with you, and she's one of KB's furry friends for this week. But before we go, let's tell folks what they need to do as far as paperwork or where they can go to find out more about Primrose and, of course, filling out the adoption form.
Okay. So you can go on our website, www.ozarkscatandcanine.com, and if you click on the adoption part of the menu, you can find our online application on there and submit that online. Or you can come into the building during our public hours, Monday through Saturday from noon to 4, and meet her in person and fill out that adoption form while you're here.
573-374-2629?
Yes, it is.
That's the phone number. And again, a big thanks to our veterinarian at the lake. Primrose needs a good home, and she is our featured pet this week on KB's Furry Friends, right here on What's Burnin' on Lake TV. Again, thanks to our veterinarian at the lake for helping us present KB's Furry Friend. And that was our friend Primrose, who could certainly use a good home. Join us back here again next week. We'll have another one of these good-looking animals that could definitely use a home. Maybe you're able to help them out. Ozarks Cat and Canine in Sunrise Beach. We will feature Jackie on the program. Also, a big thanks to everyone that has joined me today as well. Mr. Bill Cass, our title sponsor with SRG Financial Advisors. Chris Stevens and the folks at the Butcher Shop in Camdenton. Professor Jim Paisley with our history lesson on education, and Shayna Abashan from the Share the Harvest Food Pantry. Great folks out there, and if you've got some time, I know the folks at Share the Harvest would definitely love to have some folks come out and do a little volunteering. Hey, coming up next week, a great program for you as well. We're going to be talking with Randy Kent. We had the chance to meet with Randy in Randy's man cave, and a very impressive man cave. Randy is going to be inducted into this year's Shootout Hall of Fame. He is an inductee that not only has done a lot involving himself in the shootout itself, but he's going to be putting up a couple of automobiles for auction. And let me tell you, folks, when you see these things, you're going to want to jump in and find out how you can bid on them. Also, we're going to spend some time with the folks at Tilly's Burritos and Tacos, the food truck that goes all over the west side and sometimes does make it over there, I believe, to the Lodge of Four Seasons as well. We'll enjoy a California burrito courtesy of Tilly's. And we'll also be talking with Alyssa Johnson. She is with a group, Concerned Women for America of Missouri. She is a legislative liaison, and we're going to be talking about an app that they are working on, trying to get in front of the legislature. It's the Protect Young Minds online app. All that and so much more. As always, we invite you to be a part of the program. Please watch us 7 a.m. and 11 p.m. 7 days a week. And if you'd like to contact me about anything, go to KB@MyLakeTV. We'll talk to you next week. God bless. And thanks for watching What's Burnin' on Lake TV.